Oi, it's Louie Jess. I'm about to drive 2.5 hours to go pick up a go-kart frame. Why? Racing. So I'm down in, I think it's called South Hill, Virginia, kind of near the North Carolina border. Stopped at this old big burger shop called Debbie's. Got some real good food. Not a fast food place, but like it's old school burger shop. It's cool because we just picked up a 1960s racing go-kart, so feels fitting. Here it is in all its glory. It's a Margay vintage racing go-kart. Has a 1-inch live axle, drum rear brake, and just slicks all around. Now put that motor on it. That's the original motor from the NASCAR. It's not going to be on here, but I'll put it on there to see if it'll fit, because this is the same size as the Predator 212, which will be on here. Need to make a seat for it. Need to clean it up some. Looks like it has a crack up in front of the axle and might need to be re-welded. But the whole reason I got this was because the NASCAR frame is, well, she's a little cheap. Now, when I step on this NASCAR frame, watch it flex. Look. This thing twists going on the track. And I've actually broke this frame twice now. Had to re-weld it. It's just not meant to do what I do. Just look at it flexing. With the right force, this thing bends. No good. And going, 35, 40 miles an hour, what is what I'm doing on the track, this thing's a death trap. I was about to convert it to a live axle and, throw a bunch of tubing at it, and it would make it stiffer, yes, but it's still not going to be what the margay is. So instead of throwing a bunch of money and time at it, I went and I bought that for the race coming up. Also got Casey's Kart painting. I'm doing 2 videos at once. So what I'm gonna do with the NASCAR is I'm gonna take the motor off it, put it on there, and put the original motor back on it and sell the NASCAR. Yeah, I know. So one that started everything, but it's got to go. One wheel peel is just not good for a 3rd mile track. So we'll sell it. It'll go to someone. I'm going to gear it down so it doesn't go fast. But that's coming up. I'll keep it around for after the race, so we have a loaner cart. But yeah, she's going to be Predator 212, a little bit hopped up, slicks slammed to the ground like it is, and just a race getting machine. And we're going to paint it. We might not paint it before the race because that's a lot of prep. We shall see what we get done. So with any new go-kart, you got to order some parts. I ordered a new sprocket. This is a split sprocket, but right now it's in 35 tooth chain. Everything I run is 420 chain, so we're swapping that over. I ordered an inner tube for that tire because, well, it's popped. And it's actually the wrong size because I put the same size that was in it and it popped also. That's about it. Just throw a different sprocket on it, throw a chain on it, and stab the Predator on it, and it should work. Pretty dead nuts simple. Trying to get the tires to work. It's got one flat in the back. I've gone through multiple tubes. There's 2 over there. Just to see if I can get it to work. It's a lot of stuff to mount, and I don't have the right tube. I can't find the right tube. So these old school racing rims are split rims, and yeah, they're quite big. This is a normal go-kart rim, and using a regular tube, which would fit this rim, and having to inflate it causes it to blow out. So this is trying to get these beads to set. I'm gonna try it, pump it up, and just let it sit for a little while. I'll go to like 20 psi. And instead of using my Amazon tubes, I went to Tractor Supply, see if I can get a heavy duty one. So we'll see if it works. Yeah, we're gonna let that sit for a while. Alright, so we're about to motor swap the racing cart. It's gonna take all night. Ooh, what a night. That's a lot of hard work. Man, this is gonna work great. All right, so and even so, the sprocket lines up with the clutch good enough. I do have a different sprocket throw on. We are throwing on this here 42-tooth split sprocket. This here go-kart comes with rods for the brake and a throttle, and it's kind of goofy. So I'm going to replace it with this cable. I'm going to weld a little tab right here for adjusting. I'm going to take the plate, since the motor mount is adjustable, I'm going to move the motor mount more center line. I've got this hole right here and that one up there, so I'll just shift everything over. I'm going to clean up the axles, weld up some cracks, just generally clean it up and get it ready to rip it. The axle cleaned up pretty well with my old death wheel and the drill bit. Did that and put some PV blaster on it to, you know, just kind of christen it a little bit better. But yeah, that's where we're at tonight. I've got to work the next 3 nights, so it's actually like 2 a.m. right now. Go get myself cleaned up and get some sleep for tomorrow, which is today. And then I'll go and clean this thing up after that and paint it. It'll be looking as good as American Express. So I got this piece of scrap OSB here. We're going to make a seat for the cart. Little square, rectangle. We'll have to shape this one to an oval. But this will work. I set up on a table saw. I'm going to slice it out. I just drilled 3 holes into the seat and seat pan in order to put some T-nuts in it. And now I got some foam I bought off Amazon, some 2-inch thick foam. I don't know why it's black, but it's black foam. And we'll cover it with some marine grade vinyl. And with this vinyl, you want to give yourself plenty extra to work with. Now I guess I'm going to stretch this and make it look somewhat decent. And staple it with my little staple gun. Today is crunch day. I've got to get this thing sanded down, primed, painted, motor mounted, seat finished, all today. Let's get it done. First things first, we'll get this thing stripped absolutely down to the bare bones and then get ready to paint. I've got this frame all stripped down to nothing. Before I start sanding it down and getting ready to paint, I'm going to make myself a throttle cable holder out of this piece of flat stock. Real simple. Going to punch a hole, drill a hole, cut it, shape it, weld it. So that piece of flat stock has become this little cable holder. I'm going to weld it in. And the one thing I really need to fix is right here. There's quite a bit of just mess in this area. I might just go ahead and plate this whole thing. But first I'm going to clean it up and see what's under there. Look at how pretty. We'll see if we can fill that up with some weld. Grind it back down, fill it back up, grind it back down. Make it look nice. So here's the ugly. I think I got it mostly filled up. We'll grind it down and see what we're working with. That should be a lot stronger. Lots of weld in there. No more holes. Nice. It'll look better with primer and paint on it. From the last go-kart I painted, I learned not to do it inside the garage. This one we'll do outside. That way the ground doesn't get all colored. So we'll prime it. Yeah, I also learned to prime it. So we'll prime it and then I'll paint it. Oh, I need a couple of those spindles. We've got her all primed up. Need to actually go out and get the physical paint because I don't have it here. But she's gonna look amazing. That's the filler primer too, so it's filling up all these little paint chips and everything. It'll look good. Had to run to 3 different stores to get the spray paint I wanted. Ended up getting this Duplicolor Grabber Green, and yeah, O'Reilly's had it. It's so hard to find lime green spray paint that isn't marking paint. It's all marking paint. That's not. That'll turn out decent. This thing is going to look absolutely sweet sliding around the track. Nice. So now that's all green. It's time to start reassembling it. I will say something. I'm kind of disappointed about the paint. It is actually 2 different shades of green. Yeah. See back here. Well, camera doesn't do it too well, but one is like a darker green, one is a lighter, and that's not cool. Oh well. Maybe that's why our green spray paint's hard to find. This thing is coming together. I need to lift the engine up a little bit, get the chain to fit the sprocket, but that's for tomorrow. It's getting late. I'm sleepy. I'll let the paint dry even more, but she's coming along. Can't complain about it. So the go-kart came out pretty good. It doesn't steer the best right now. And I do have a flat again because the tube blew out. So I do need to get some new rear wheels for this thing. Since the split rims, you can't get inner tubes for them. And these tires are hard as a rock. But this thing's running good. She's quick. She's snappy. She slides real nice. And I need to remake the back seat. I also want to relocate the gas tank to up here. So there's some more stuff to do. But today is race day. So that'll get done later. But for now, it is complete enough. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this thing be birthed. We definitely need to do some more stuff to it, but it will be back. You'll see it again. I promise that. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in another one.